Hello, everyone. This is Coach Mo. How are you? I'm here for another amazing episode to help you understand the trials and tribulations of what's going on with your career. I'm here to help you sort out one of the biggest problems we see. If you're a boss, I may be speaking to you on a whole nother level. If you're a person with a boss, I'm going to be speaking directly to you. Because here's the thing. If you are working for someone, that someone reigns on you. If you are a boss, you are reigning on them. And here's the number one reason why people leave jobs: the boss. It's not the money. It's the boss. And so what I want to talk to you about today, and by the way, if you're this first time seeing me, hello, I am career coach Mo Fall. I'm the founder and the creator of Bring Your Soul to Work to Land Your Dream Job, kick-ass transformational career coaching, where we help professional women up-level their careers by helping transform and bring back to life their souls. We've done it over 1,000 times. And we will continue to do it thousands and thousands more times because we're changing the world one soul and one professional woman's career at a time. I love this work that I get to do because as an executive career person myself, so many times I fell down and cracked my nose open, broke a leg, broke a knee, metaphorically speaking, and navigated my career in a very powerful way, learning all the way along how to up-level myself from the inside so that I could have a career that rewarded me in contribution, compensation, being seen as someone who is valuable and worthy to the organization. It wasn't always that way. There's a lot of trials and tribulations I've been through that I help my clients go through. And today's I'm declaring war on toxic bosses is as big as it gets in problems that professional women are dealing with. If that's you, stay tuned. I know that having a toxic boss makes you feel powerless to do your job effectively because that hierarchy of authority and a boss who has control issues just puts you in a container. And guess what happens day in and day after day in and day out of doing that? You're beginning to feel like the small container you're being put in. And you get to a point where you're afraid to address the issues because you don't have the skill maybe to navigate the conflict or criticism, especially if that criticism is leveled at you unfairly. I have a woman in one of my leadership programs right now. She had a very toxic boss that she was sharing with me on a coaching session a couple of days ago. And she said she did everything she could to try to be liked by that person. That's burning good energy toward bad, but that's what she knew how to do, to be liked. A lot of women go through life with that being like a tool that you pull out. Let me just work on being liked. I know you might have a fear of losing your job or making waves and making it worse if you actually handle the situation with what you know how to do. And it is possible that you could make it worse by doing some of the things that would derail the situation and make it worse. And you know what? You might be embarrassed because the boss makes you feel that you're not measuring up, and that's their way of kind of controlling you and keeping you in your place. I know that you're eager for acceptance, which is an uphill battle in that circumstance. And when you look at what a toxic boss environment can do for you, and actually I'm speaking at a company, one of my wonderful grads who is 2 years out of the 12-week kick-ass program. She landed a job exiting a very toxic environment. And now she's on her second job. And this is the dream job. She really is. She looks fantastic. She's really thriving in this situation. But when she was in a toxic environment, like if you are, you're going to have constant tension in your body. You're going to feel sick to your stomach. You're going to feel so stressed out that you're going to feel tightness in your chest, not sleep well. Some of our gals, their hair starts to fall out and they have chronic issues with their gastrointestinal tract. A lack of grounded presence, because in your head, you might be fantasizing about all these conversations going in a different manner and what they could have been or what they should have been, or maybe you're even punishing yourself for what you could have or should have said in situations. And there's nothing more toxic for you than punishing yourself about not handling a toxic boss well. Like, that is extra poison on top of poison. I don't want that for you. And I don't think you want that for you. But in many ways, you don't know how to handle that, which is not your fault. Did you ever read the book that said how to handle toxic bosses and toxic environments? And this is what you do. If you do, page 1, chapter 1 would be bring your soul back to life. Because once you are deadened and disempowered in that environment, there's nothing you can do to win. I don't want you to quit a job that is providing you income and an opportunity. I don't want you to have a gap in your resume because you don't know how to handle this. I want you to thrive from the inside and be able to navigate it. If you're in my workshop working with me, I'm going to tell you it's the best laboratory for learning, but not if you don't know how to do it. It's like being on a football field and you don't know how to play football. Like, you're going to get run over and trampled and you're going to get hurt. And chances are you are hurt. If you have a toxic boss or you're in a toxic environment, chances are you're already feeling pretty hurt. You're already feeling that the pain is almost unbearable. Look, studies show that between, 60 and 80% of people are not happy in their jobs. And if that's you, that's a problem that's killing your soul. If you have on top of that a toxic boss, yikes, you're getting double dose. I know how to solve this problem, and I've been there so many times that it actually amazes me that I'm as happy and as well adjusted now as I am, because I've invested in coaching for the past 21 years. I've been there. I've navigated the hierarchy of toxic bosses, and I'm an expert on how to win that situation. I know how to communicate effectively with a toxic boss to get results, no matter how narcissistic that boss is. As a matter of fact, if they are narcissistic, it's a bit easier of a roadmap, to be honest with you. But if you don't know how to do that, you're going to get stuck and you're going to be driven to a point where you might actually be quitting. I spoke with a woman just this past week, working for a really big company, high level position, paid well. Her husband doesn't want her to quit, and she doesn't want to quit, but she doesn't know what else to do. She feels that that is her only option, is to quit, and it's not. The nervous system, you see, starts to run the show. So when you're in a stressful environment with a toxic boss, toxic environment, you're in a war, and your nervous system is saying, let me out of here. I cannot take it. The nervous system has got to get under control. And that is the first thing we do in the work we do. We help our women learn how to relax their nervous systems and bring their soul back to life. A soul needs to be revived. You deserve to have a life where your soul and your inner sense of self is alive and thriving. And then, you can really handle those situations, because old conditioning of being a woman in the world, old conditioning of being a woman in the workplace, limiting beliefs that you're not enough, limiting beliefs that all bosses are this way and it'll never be better even anywhere else. I often ask on our clarity calls, so you've been in this toxic environment for 10 years. You've been underpaid by $50,000 for 10 years. That's $500,000. Why are you still there? I mean, it's a pretty obvious question, right? If you're in so much pain and you're being underpaid, why are you still there? And the answer always is, because I don't know that I could get anywhere else. I don't know what the next steps look like. I don't believe in myself enough to think that I can interview and position myself for another job, because she's so beaten down. Look, I want you to book a clarity call. I want you to book a complimentary clarity call for us to take a look at this and really do a debriefing with you on what's really going on. The work world is important for you to be successful, to have the financial future for you and your family, and to feel that you matter in the world of contribution of your gifts and talents. So often women we talk to want to abandon their careers because They've gotten into these bad situations and have been marginalized, put in a box, and agreed to play small because they don't know how to handle the toxic environment. I don't want you to stay there for you. You don't want to stay there, but you don't know how to get out of that situation. So it's like, I don't know. And it's overwhelming. Toxic bosses can be navigated differently, but you have to be a different version of you to do it the right way. And that's why I do the work that I do with my clients. In our Kick-Ass workshop, we are laying out an exact formula for handling career challenges, not just handling them, but overcoming them. And we give our clients every single thing they need along the way, step by step, to not only bring their souls back to life, but to understand the exact career steps to taking it to the next level. Some of our gals are doing promotion journeys within their current company. Many of them are looking for a new job. Some of them have already been displaced, quit on their own, gotten laid off, or a lot of variety of reasons why women are no longer employed. About 30 to 50% of our gals in our workshop are unemployed at the time they start working with us, and they have not gotten back on track. So we have every piece along the way to get professional women back on track on their careers and play at a higher level, apply for jobs, interview for jobs at levels that they've always been afraid of, that they didn't think they could get at. But once we work with you, we'll know exactly what the level is that you ought to be playing at and help you get there. This could mean hundreds of thousands of dollars of earnings and up to millions of dollars of earnings of extra money that you're leaving on the table because of a toxic environment. Don't let that boss in that environment win you that way. And it's not just that, it's your soul. You want to be an awesome human being in the world. You want to be the best mom, daughter, sister, spouse for the people around you. I know that because human beings want to be awesome. We do. It's one of our desires in life is to have a wonderful life and feel valued and worthy and recognized and appreciated. That is a human need. But if you're in a toxic environment, a toxic boss situation, you're not there. Let us talk to you to help you. Book your complimentary clarity call at mofall.com/clarity, and let's get this career situation changed. Let's declare war on the toxic bosses and the toxic work environment once and for all, so that you can rise above it and be the woman that you've wanted to be for so many years and just didn't know how. I'm going to give you the tools. I'm going to give you your soul back. I'm going to help you realize your awesome, I want to say potential, but it's more than your awesome potential. It is your awesomeness. I want to help you see that and bring it back to life. There's nothing better than in our workshop when we're coaching someone into this transformational journey. And all of a sudden, in the coaching process, our client sees, not from these eyes, but from these eyes in here. She sees for the first time how awesome she is. And the amount of energy, of pent-up brilliance and awesomeness is so overcoming and so overwhelming that she stops talking and tears and emotion just overcomes her in one of the most happiest, awesome ways. That is a priceless moment in a human journey, to see your divinity, to see your soul, to see you for all you are. One of our gals right now in the workshop is an attorney. She wanted to leave her law career. She's been at this employer for over 10 years. She's been marginalized and put into a small box, micromanaged, toxic boss. Oh, I don't blame her for wanting to quit the whole law profession. I don't blame her. After being in the workshop for 6 to 8 weeks now, she said she's the happiest she has ever been in her life. And she's beginning to talk to her boss differently, set expectations, and be a different version of her. That to me is a miracle, and it's a magical scenario for her. And her life will be forever on an upswing because of it. versus before she was on a trajectory of going down, 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 and selecting a bad option for her that would have taken her down even a worse path. Let's get to talk together. My team and I are absolutely available to talk to you about your career and see if we can help you. You don't have to have all the answers. We have a proven formula with most of the answers, and I dare say all of the answers. There's not a single woman's career we have not been able to fix. Yeah. If you have the education, experience, and expertise that you are not using properly in the work world, if you do not feel awesome, let's talk and see if we can help you. Our proven formula is for all professional women of all stripes, and we have everything you need as a professional, busy woman to advance your career and move your soul forward. Let's get at it and let's change your world. And in doing so, we will change the world together, and we will rid this world of the power of toxic bosses. Let's do that for you, for your family, for your future. And let's do it because we want to declare a positive war on toxic bosses and toxic work environments forever. Let's change it at your soul level first, and let's keep it rolling. This is Coach Mo Fall, mofall.com. Book your complimentary career clarity call at mofall.com/clarity, and let's declare war one for you, soul one for you. mofall.com. See you next time.